Alright my friend, fear can make you rich. But if you're between the ages of 15 and 50, and if you're like most people, you'll probably live in this constant state of fear. Fear if you fail, fear of what people will think about you if you do a certain thing that you know you want to do, but you think they're going to judge you for that. And yeah, you're pretty much just living life in this constant state of fear. And maybe nobody has told you this before, so hopefully I can shed some light on this, but your fear is normal. But fear can also make you rich. So the question is, why aren't you rich yet? The difference is pretty simple. They understand that fear is an emotion, but they don't run their lives by emotion. I was scared to start my marketing agency back in 2019, but I did it anyway. However, you can imagine there's probably a ton of other people that in 2019 had the exact same thought as me and didn't act on it for the simple reason that they were too scared to fail. And I can tell you this from experience because in 2018, I wanted to start my marketing agency and I didn't. And at the time I came up with all of these logical reasons why it wouldn't make sense. They were excuses, but they were logical, so I bought it. When I look back now, I know 100% with clarity that was my fear. That was fear taking over me, and imagine how much further I'd be if I started in 2018 versus 2019. So the first thing I want you to do is realize that fear is inevitable. It's going to be a thing that's constant in your life, but as we looked at previously, it's an emotion, and you don't have to let your life be dictated by the emotions that you have. So what if you had the mental ability to just park fear aside, say, hey, look, that's what it is, and then not let it affect your day to day? Would you be richer? Would you be more successful? Would you be happier? Would you be in better shape? I'm going to guess that the answer to all of those questions is yes. So the biggest question that you have to answer, now this only applies if you truly want to be happy, fulfilled, and successful, is are you going to take action even when you're scared? Even when the fear and the doubt creeps in, are you going to get it done? Look, unfortunately, you're never going to feel ready. You're never going to feel like this is the perfect time. But I speak to hundreds of people every week, and I really want to stress this fact because each and every single person that I speak to every week that comes to me and says, hey, Adam, I want to make money. I want to be successful. I want to make my parents proud. They're all not acting in accordance with those goals because of fear. How crazy is that? Like you have this goal, but you're not doing the things you know you need to do to get to the goal because of this one simple emotion. That's all it is. So before you start looking at the next strategy, the next tactic, the next perfect business model, you need to start looking at this thing, the fear. You need to learn to live with it. You need to learn how to manage it, how to not let it influence all the actions that you take every day. And look, this is different than my usual videos. Usually I want to give you direct, valuable, strategic advice, which will push you to whatever your goal is right now. And I'll tell you step by step what you should do. But even if I give you this step by step, A to Z roadmap, if you do not figure out this thing we just looked at, you will probably be in this exact same position a year from now. So my friend, look, you owe it to yourself. You know you want to achieve great things and you haven't done them yet because of fear. And I know you might be watching saying, hey, no, Adam, it's not fear, right? Like I want to do it. I'm confident to do it. But the problem is, and you start to list off excuses or logical reasons why it's not a right time right now. Logical reasons when now is not the right time. And I'm telling you from the experience I had when I did not start my business in 2018 when I know I wanted to, and I had all of the logical reasons in the world, that was still fear. That's all it was. And look, hopefully this acts as a reminder to you, and this is a reminder to me as well. You know, it might look like I'm speaking at you, but I'm also speaking to myself. If you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. Yes, there's going to be the fear, but if you don't put that fear aside, you're never going to get it done. I recently ran a marathon, and literally 2 weeks before the race, I had a phone call with my brother. The phone call went a little bit like this. I had a knee injury, and I just didn't feel like I was in shape to actually get the marathon done, and he also had a foot injury. Nothing too crazy, nothing too serious, but enough to impact each run we went on. And you know, we spent 10 minutes deliberating, right? Thinking maybe it's not a good time, maybe we should drop down from the full marathon to the half. And the only reason we were then able to complete the marathon was by parking the fear we had about failing to the side. That's it. Because we both knew going into that race, okay, there's a possibility that after 3 hours, my knee fucks up, your toe is hanging off, something is not going to go well. But when we were standing at the start line, the two of us, even though we had the conversation 2 weeks prior that we might not even do this, we both knew very strongly in that moment, we're fucking doing this. Not we're gonna try, not hopefully, we're gonna do it. It's not that we're stronger than you or more mentally weathered than you. We still had the fear. This is my point, right? The fear is human, but you park the fear aside. Look, my friend, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you can park your fear aside, all the goals that you've listed out at the start of 2023 or whenever you're watching this video, you can make those come true, but only if you do what you gotta do.